Have you been wondering about the strange noises that were heard in the skies over Northern Ireland this week? Maybe you heard them yourselves, or if you didn't, I have good news for you. I will be able to play you a little clip for in just a moment that I recorded myself. But I just want to put a bit of context on this. So Tuesday night, 24th of February, 2026. It's about 11:15 p.m. I'm sitting down watching TV, and we suddenly become aware that there's an almighty rumble outside that we can hear over the top of the quite loud television set. And I think at first we just thought it was a low-flying aircraft or maybe some heavy machinery going up the road, which happens where I live in Coleraine quite a lot. But it went on for longer than it normally would, and it kept on going, and it was getting louder and louder. Like, you couldn't escape the noise inside the house. And so eventually I went outside and I filmed for a couple of minutes, and I'm going to play that for you now. So there you go. That's what we could hear. It is very odd to explain. And I know, look, there has been a lot of suggestions, and this probably is what it is, that it was American military aircraft on a refueling exercise somewhere off of the north coast. But this noise was heard as far away as Carrickfergus and quite a bit inland, so covering quite a distance in Northern Ireland. It was unlike anything I've ever heard before. I used to live beside an airfield, and occasionally we would have specialist aircraft flown in, but I've never heard anything as sustained as this. So it was very, very unusual, very, very disconcerting. I mean, it's disconcerting enough to think that the military, the American military, are kind of flying back and forward, preparing themselves for some sort of warmongering just beside us. But when I went outside to video that, I mean, it was a very misty night, so you couldn't see anything, couldn't see any lights in the sky. And I became very conscious of the fact that, probably if World War III breaks out, this is exactly what we'll hear. It's not going to be a case of us listening to or not seeing what's going on. The first thing we'll hear is probably the sound of the engines. But I think what it most reminded me of, and I promise this isn't a plug for my new book, all about Hammer films, don't dare say it alone, it reminded me actually of the sounds of the underground entities in the 1967 Quatermass and the Pit film from Hammer Films. So if you know that one, yeah, that sort of sound, it was that kind of eeriness. And I've probably watched far too much science fiction over the years and too many apocalyptic films to kind of feel comfortable about it. But it left me feeling very uneasy and a little bit uncomfortable, and just unlike anything I've heard before. It was quite menacing in its volume, and I think that constant vibration as well, very, very menacing. I'd love to know in the comments, like, did you hear it? What were your feelings about it? Is this, in fact, was this just the military, or is this something else? I mean, it's bound to be the military, but I think it's such a weird phenomenon. It probably deserves some sort of mention in the next issue of 40 and Times, for those of you who are inclined that way. But yeah, very, very strange, very, very odd. And who knows, with the way that the world is going right now, maybe this is something we're going to hear more often. But there you go. No idea what that is.